This is Paul. Yeah. You know, as much as I dislike the thought of churches not having as much in tithes as they have for the last 20 years, I understand that the economy is not doing as well as it usually does when we're not having a pandemic. And a lot of pastors are concerned that they might lose the building and the building, yeah, and the congregation, yes. Much of Christianity is just not that stout, the strength that we all thought it had. Yes. The devoted that are there every Sunday, now they're getting thawed, aren't they? They're no longer the frozen chosen. And everybody be so happy when they open the church back up, and we can all start going back to the way the way we did things. Yeah. But I just want the GPS location of all the church property again. And for Mike, I want ownership of Kingsway. I'm going to sell it, turn it into a retirement community for those that can't afford their own housing, subsidized housing for those that don't understand. It's going to be one of these HUD properties. I'm going to fix the place up. Now, I told you about Marilyn Van Proyn. Yeah. I'd like to know why I'm being obstructed from speaking to her, and if it was her want to legally separate from her husband. Now, a legal separation could require a dissolution of marriage or a child protection order, or maybe even the police would understand. The idea of not wanting to live with somebody could be considered legal separation, like, well, I don't want to divorce Mike right now. I'd just like to live someplace. I'd like to live with Paul. And the thought is, well, we don't have to get a divorce. I mean, Mike's abusive obviously exploited me when Susan Bowers was in that picture, and then he exploited our adopted daughter from Haiti to make himself look good. And then, of course, there's the money laundering. The thought that Mike pays people to go to church to make his church services seem bigger than they are. You ever thought about coming to church and you thought, well, as long as you come to church, I'll be sure to pay you. Anytime you pay anybody to attend a church service, it's kind of backwards. You're there to give donations to what the Lord wants you to support. There should not be any congregation that actually pays the people to attend the service so as to make it look normal. Now, for all of the individuals, I'm not talking benevolence. I'm talking like, well, each one of you that does go to church this Sunday, I'll give you $100. A lot of people have these vain imaginations of their importance as congregations. Yeah. And for all of you that didn't apply for benevolence, the OLACAP funds. Yeah. Well, I did. See, I went to some of the church. I said, well, I'd like to have $50. I said, no, we decided to use an association to give out our money to the poor. I thought it violated church bylaws. In fact, I thought at the time I had a pretty good lawsuit for that. Any church that doesn't practice what they preach, pouch right now! Because I said I'd shut down all 10 of them. Mike was big on giving to outside or associations and organizations to give to the poor so that the individual Christian denominations would be troubled with the wants of the poor. I thought I wanted to trouble you. Pooch, I wanted to ask you for $10. I thought right now. Ooh, 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 Olympic. See, benevolence is the doctrine. And pastors just got so busy, Mike, they just didn't have time to talk to people. And they'd all say, well, you contact this outside organization, and we, as a grouping of churches, we give our benevolence to an outside organization so that you don't trouble us. Now, for the other congregations in Clallam County, yeah, some of you have been very supportive, and I appreciate your God. You're all. I just really appreciate you. But for me to get my mail sent to a church for the last nine years, yeah, Sanctuary Mike, no, I don't think so. The intentional obstruction of my love for your wife, yeah. The thought that Marilyn hasn't had sex in 5 years. Oh, well, you did use a picture of my sister, Susan Bowers. Did you have sex with her? You're extramarital. There's no actual reason for the. Well, how'd you get the picture of her? She brought a photo. Oh my gosh. She put on lots of different costumes. That old biddy one that she was wearing there. Did she wear anything else? Huh? You know, it would be bad enough that if he had sex with my wife while I was married to her, but to have sex with my sister, Mike, so as to get a picture of her to put it in a room, that would be really bad. Any individual that has sex with multiple relatives of another person, it's